It's one of those days here at Celebrity Cars where we're presenting an automobile that I don't ever want to stop looking at, or any of these things. It's just, this is since these Challengers started to come out, and you know, that the mid 2000s, I've been, you know, kind of crazy about them, and then, you know, 10 years later they throw these wide body kits on it, start calling them demons, and, you know, wide body RT scat packs and all this kind of stuff. And then the 2022 super stock, mind blown and a little uncomfortable talking about it. It's about as dreamy as you could get, folks. It's all black. It has just over 100 miles. It's pretty much still new. I'll let you, Quincy, go ahead, keep backing up. Let's have fun. Let's everybody see the car. I'll get out of the way. Who cares about me? Look at this sucker, folks. Is this the prettiest American-made muscle car, or is it not? Now, we could go back into the 60s and 70s, early 70s, and we could, have lots of discussions about that. But for the times, I don't know how you find a finer automobile than this one. You just simply don't. Muscle, sound, and the tan leather inside, very reminiscent of almost a Trans Am and the Eagle, and the different color combinations, the black with that real hard, dark tan interior. I'm going to open the doors in just a minute. We just want to walk around it and look at it. I wanted you all folks to see what we have going on here. The red calipers. Notice the protection down here is still installed. Folks, normally if you watch Celebrity Cars videos, I do one of these things, and I do all this kind of stuff, and we pick out points. I don't have to do that on this car. Well, actually I do. I want to show you a couple things, just because this is how we roll here at Celebrity Cars. These are detailing issues on a brand new car, okay? There's no heavy water stains from hard water or anything like that, but follow me, because I'll open up the doors in just a second. Right here in this location, there's just a couple marks that I'm not the fancy guy with the wheel and stuff like that. There's just a couple little locations that these things can be detailed out. In the center of the hood, there's a couple little, I cannot know, folks, my fingernails not going, they are not scratches. You get a good detailer and they get detailed out. This is a black car. Some of you be like, well, what's the condition of the black paint? You know what? I would say that. I would say, what's the condition of the black paint? So, the rest of this car I've looked over. Everything is totally solid. Back here on the trunk, we have a couple little itty bitty marks right here, that exactly the same as the front hood. This is just, in shipping, and, just needs a detail job. So there's that. There's no scratches. Nobody backed in anything back here in the trunk. There's no oddball scratches. There's no oddball paint imperfections. Here was another little location right here as well. This just needs somebody with who knows what the heck they're doing, with black. All this is wonderful. And then there's this location right here, right before you get into the car door. This is all resting on top. It's some kind of glue, part of the packaging, whatever. Didn't get a chance to take it off. You need a fancy detailer to remove that correctly, so it looks like the rest of the car. Over here, there was nothing going on. Obviously, the wheels and tires and all that stuff are absolutely perfect. Just like I said, a little over 100 miles on this car. And then you get your socks knocked off when you open up the car door. And look at this interior. Look at the door. Look at the seats. Ugh. Now, once again, you can go to celebritycars.com to see all the detailed photographs of this car, but I'm really, I'm your hands-on guy, getting you up close, just so you know what all's going on here. We're gonna pop the hood, look in the hood, and we'll pop the trunk too and look in the trunk. Now this, this is a pretty fast video. guys. I'd spend a lot more time with it if it were a 2018, because it would have a lot more miles on it for sure, and this one doesn't. This one's pretty much out of the box, folks. Look at that. Look at this car. Unbelievable. Okay, I'm gonna pop the trunk. Your license plate holder for the front. Plenty of room back here. No, there's no fancy button to close the trunk again. So, but pay attention to this. I always like to throw these into my videos. Even if you own one of these at home, don't grab this to pull the trunk down, ever. Find another spot, maybe up here. Because then your fingers get this all banged up and you got a little dirt in your fingers and stuff, and it just messes all that. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. All right, enough of Scott stuff. Okay, folks, I mean, it's just, I don't know what else to tell you. It's available here for sale. You know, there's not many of these. You know, they're going to stop making them real soon. And you have the opportunity to get one with super, super, super low miles on it. It's, you'd be very fortunate and very lucky to put one of these cars in your garage. Every time I see one drive down the road, I just, you know, got rubbernecked and I got to watch it. Doesn't really matter what color it is, but this whole black is just unbelievable. So, boy, are we going to drive this car? Are we going to drive this car, Quincy? Are we going to drive this car around the block? I think we should drive this car around the block. We won't even put 1 mile on it, but we just got to go along for the ride together. We normally do this. We just got a Bronco in. It really has, like, you know, barely any miles on it. And but this, you know, I think we can afford to do 1 more mile. So we'll be right back. We're pulling out of the Celebrity Cars showroom. Put my seatbelt on, just so it doesn't yell at me. Tons of carbon fiber in here. Air conditioner's blowing. Feels incredible. Folks, the odometer shows 103 miles. And I'll bet it still says 103 miles on it when we get back. Because we're just going around the building. We hop on the road for just a second. If you've never been to a little Celebrity Cars test drive before, this is kind of unnecessary. But I know that this kind of car, I'm going to be very gentle. I'm not going to do anything dumb. And just so you know that this is a purebred, functions. It's very quiet in here. 40 miles an hour brakes. 3, 2, and 1. Now, I've never done that in a Dodge Challenger, and I didn't know, because they're pretty big and heavy, how quick they would stop. And stops awesome. It's kind of silly to talk about this car. It's brand new and beyond amazing. We're going to go over some speed bumps right here. Sounds like a brand new car. Zero weird noises. I love hearing the transmission work. And everybody's looking at me as I drive this car. That's how incredible this car is, folks. Okay. Up to 61 miles an hour. My foot's back on the brake. Right turn signal's on. Quincy's behind the camera here, folks. He's holding the camera, holding on for his dear life over there in the passenger seat. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't do anything fast. But Quincy, when have I I feel very, very compelled to say I must have one of these vehicles one day, because this is, you know, we get in all, I've done this over 300 times now on video, and even though I'm very fond of how this car looks, folks, the way this car drives, just normal driving, you don't have to beat the crap out of it, is just amazing. Even that little trip I just took right now, how above and beyond it is most of the cars that we get in here. I know it's new and blah, blah, blah. Scott's going to, you know, loving the, but this is an amazing vehicle, worth every penny. This is really, really something. 702-818-1031. Go to celebritycars.com to find out all the particular options that this super stock got. And you, again, extremely lucky to own this vehicle. I'm very excited about it. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you next time.